Dear friends, the newspaper reading of 7th June is here, and in that newspaper, the first news is about the new government should review Agnipath scheme (JDU). As we know that the government has been formed, and this government has two key alliances in the form of JDU and TDP. Both the parties are demanding the upgradation and the review of Agnipath scheme. Agnipath scheme was the scheme that has been introduced by the current government for the tour of duty to reform and modernize the defense forces of India. In that scheme, the tenure for a soldier is for 4 years, and after 4 years, a selective portion of percentage of that batch will be retained into the defense forces. Rest will be leave for the countries to join the PSU and other sector. There are some scope of having upgradation, and there are some issue with this scheme that the thing that government allies are working, and in upcoming days, like, government will review and suggest some of way forward. In India, across the India, there is a agitations against some of the selective portion of this scheme, especially Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Bihar. Move on to the next news. This news is from Delhi. SC orders release of 137 cubic of water to Delhi, victory for capital. As the heat increase, as the summer get tense, the water scarcity in the metropolitan cities are increasing, and in that scarcity of water, there is a conflict between states, and in this case, the Supreme Court come into the middle and make consensus between Haryana and the Delhi. But friend, we have to be think from the larger perspective. If that circumstance are continue, at a point of time, we will have not sufficient water to fulfill the need of every citizen of India. So there is a need to work upon water harvesting, water reservation, and the simultaneously the forest restoration and afforestation, so that we can reduce the temperature as well as conserve our water, our forest, and make India a green country to live in. And that not only should be done to keeping the environment in their mind, but we, for our own well-being, should consider this. There is nothing much constructive on this page, and this is the news that NHRC seeks report on sale of girls as a part of Nata Partha. Friend, National Human Rights Commission seek report on sale of girls as a part of Nata Partha. In this system of society, that the girl child are sold on stamp or on the sake of child marriage, and many time the groom groom side pay 60 to 70 or 1 lakh rupee, and thereafter the atrocities happen to the girl child. And this kind of system, this kind of practice are not have any place in this modern day society. And in that in that aspect, NHRC seek report and suggest that all the people who involved in this practice are booked under Human Trafficking Act and prosecuted under the POCSO Act. In a recent example, a girl has been abducted, and she found death in the part of Rajasthan. So these kind of example are increasing, and we the NHRC are working to reduce this kind of case and to wipe out these practices. This editorial is about the health regulations need a base to top approach. This article is about the return of social justice and Marathi Asmita. And this is the news that how urban and rural India voted. The election change change across different phases. And in this news, you get to know about the impact of social welfare scheme on voting behavior, how the Manrega, the Ayushman Bharat scheme impact, how Ujwala scheme impact. Campaigning play key role in shaping the choice of people. June 4 stock market crash, a scam, say Rahul Gandhi. Trinamool unhappy with wait and watch policy of Indie bloc. India-Norway cooperations to witness manifold increase as the four countries of European Union Free Trade Agreement said the Norwegian businessmen or business persons are showing interest in the India, and India is the fifth largest and the fastest growing economy in the world. This news is about the pro-Khalistani slogan race at Golden Temple. Bengal post poll class victim can file plans with DGP. High Court they can file their issue their report in an online format so that they can effectively and easily reach to the system. Friend, post poll violence in Bengal is very much increasing and a case of concern for election commission, and it is not a good sign for pluralistic democracy like India. As India is now second biggest foreign threat to the Canadian democracy, say report. India-Canada relations are not very fruitful, and as after the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, the Canadian PM allegations over India are like a statement that deteriorate the relation between India and China. And the allegation are very depth that they said that the involvement of India directly in the killing of a Canadian citizen. We all know that India do not believe to act in the foreign soil to killing an individual of any citizen. Although the Canadian authority and Canadian government are becoming a patronage of extremist groups like Khalistan and any anti-India and giving space to the anti-India activities. In future, like there is a less scope of communications and improving the relation between India and Canada. Although, if the Canadian current PM will change with the new one, there is a chance of development and improve relations between both the countries. Next news is about that India must spend up to 385 billion for the renewable energy goal, as India's goal for 2030 is to have 500 gigawatt renewable energy. This news is about Ukraine destroyed Russian tugboat in Crimea, military intelligence. Trump ally Steve Bannon should surrender to prison by July 1 judge. Denmark, Pakistan, Somalia, Greek and Panama get seats on the UNSC. 8 killed in the clashes between Yemen government forces and Houthis. In talking about Israel-Palestine war, 37 killed in Israel strike on UN school, say Gaza hospital. And Israel is planning to move toward the north of their border. Spain to join Africa's Gaza case at top UN court accusing Israel of genocide. And the 10 and 100 killed in militia group attack on Sudan village. This is the news from the sport. Heartbreaking for India's and the Chetri as they failed to surmount the Kuwait challenge. USA soaks Pakistan in a super over thriller. and this news is about the health and the disease currents. We'll understand the cancer become a data problem. As in this statement, in this news, there is alarming statistics that the more than 33 new case added in the brain cancer in every year, and it could be reduced with the proper. It could be reduced with having proper technological integration and their medication on time, and that can be prevented with the gene cutting edge gene changing therapies and their proper medications on time. Although the best way to deal with any disease is to have a proper healthy lifestyle and maintaining diet. As of decade 2 to 3 decade, we are our lifestyle, our living has changed, and we are more centering and consuming fast food and their plastic oriented things, and diluting our environment. Somewhere it impact the health system of us, and that lead to the changes in the body, and in that change there are the result of something like the COVID-19 pandemic, and there the problem like cancer. And stay healthy, stay happy, take exercise and balanced diet, keep take care of yourself. Jai Hind.